because it said when I set it up to go live on my channel in Conversations with Love, it said, "Oh, you can only use Chrome. It won't work
Oh
with
yeah.
Safari." And now it's telling me it's working on Safari, so I'm just gonna let it play
Well, that's
on.
good. I was
Okay,
expecting a bunch
all
of
right.
windows, everybody coming in, you know. I was like, there's got to be some mistake. Where's everyone? Where's the rest of
It's
the?
it's so good you said yes to come. Thank you so much for
Of
coming.
course.
Honest to goodness.
Yeah, I ran here from work and I just ate something. I was like, I gobbled it up and right on time. It's always
Okay,
like
okay. So, um,
that.
I have a plan, and it kind
Perfect.
of doesn't feel like the right plan at all.
Improvise.
So,
Right?
I what I think would be really beneficial is kind of we just open the space. I introduce why I'm doing this,
Please, it's the first one. Might as well, right? Might as well start with
right?
that.
And then I kind of just like to talk with you, just have a conversation with love with you, with how your own evolution has progressed since you've opened your mind to this idea of creating
Mm.
with all that we have.
Yes, I'd love that.
Okay, all
Yes, I'd
right.
love that.
So I'll hit the share screen. I need my show. I need to hide. Okay. So we're going to go first. Okay, so let me just start from the beginning. My name is Lee Collver-Richards, and I am inspired to start these first Mondays on Conversations with Love using pathways created by a gentleman named Derek Rydell, who wrote a book called A Whole New Human, a blueprint revealing 10 ways we must evolve to survive and thrive in the AI age. And a lot of this work that Derek has brought forth is work that many of us, conscious creators, human beings, wanting, praying to create a world that works for everyone. A world of peace, a world where children are cared for and they have access to experiences that teach them and allow them to explore this world in safety and in great community. Derek has many, many programs that he has created over the course of many, many years, several decades, in fact. And I and many others who have been working with him very closely for the past year have been doing programs called Impact. And the premise of these programs is to really, really get conscious. Like Ziggy Marley sings, get rumpin' bumpin' conscious. Get conscious. Because so much of the messes we make unconsciously are done through projections of unconscious wounds instead of acting from heart. And many of them were created in our first 7 years. Their belief systems of a way to survive in the world. And what I have learned by examining these codes, some call them shadows. Carl Jung talked about it. Many, many, many great thinkers have explored the idea of consciousness. And there's really a sense of freedom that can come when you examine your own life. And it's not always easy, let me tell you. Sometimes because we create these personas, we we see ourselves a certain way. And what I've come to discover is that I haven't been seeing myself the way others see me. And perception is 9/10 of the law. How you are received by others is part of how your belief systems make your life go forward. So if you're not seeing yourself in the light that you are, you might, I found that I have been creating unconsciously, creating more of what I don't want instead of being an empowered human being and go, okay, I understand those were strategies I created as a young child to survive. And I don't need them anymore. I need to embrace that child who thought she was bad, an imposter, pitied, whatever those shadows are, and look at them with compassion so that when you meet it in someone else, you have more compassion. And I talked way more than I wanted to do. So
Well, that was a great intro, though. It kind
okay.
of covered
So this
everything,
is our first gathering, and what we are intending is that we're going to explore these evolutions. Um, I suppose it would be a good idea to let Derek just tell you what this book is about. And this first evolution, what he calls the 10 ways we must evolve. So for me, evolution means transformation. It means changing your mind. It means changing your thoughts, or just becoming more aware of them. It means changing the way you do business. It means changing the way you live your life. It means changing the way you relate to your life and to life in general, the ways that you relate to yourself, the ways we talk to ourselves, the
habits.
ways we show up in the world or the ways that we don't show up, how we take responsibility. So the first AI evolution, Derek calls AI will think for you, think for yourself. Now that's actually chapter 2 in the book. So I would like for us to all read up to page 36 and really explore how the AI revolution can create a leap forward in humanity. And AI will think for you, think for yourself. So I'm going to ask everybody who wants to come on this exploration with us to make a list. And it's a 3-part list. On the left column, you're going to write everything I don't want. Everything I don't want. And it can be everything you don't want in your personal life. It can be everything you don't want in your community. It can be everything you don't want to have ever experienced ever again. Whatever it is, it could be things that you don't want to see in the world anymore. And then I want you to let it sit for a day or two and then make a second column. What do I want? What do I really want to create in my life? What do I want in my life? What do I want to create? I want to create a beautiful environment. I want to create a community where the children play outside and the weather is sweet and the animals are free to roam. And I want to create a natural world where the wilderness is just free to just be itself. I want to create a world where there is no war and no greed and no hatred and no animosity and no religion fighting over another religion saying I'm better than you are, where there are no more people in situations of victimhood, where there are no more people in situations of slavery or atrocity or inequitable economic situations or unclean, unhealthy worlds. I mean, my husband told me this morning that the entire country of Bangladesh is so poisoned there isn't even any clean water left because we in the West want our comforts.
Hmm.
Yet our lives are so already so easy. I want us to express more gratitude, more honesty, more integrity, more dignity, more respect. And then the third column is I am creating. And everything we put after I am is like a direction to our energy. And whenever the don't wants creep up into the mind, or the no, you can't do that, there's no way, the can'ts, the don't wants, there's all of those limiting beliefs that thwart our creativity and our social structures in a lot of ways. Because having roads, having transportation, having schools, having places of worship where we can gather, having stores that are able to share their beautiful creations and people trading what they need, it's wonderful. And it needs our participation. So the I am creating, and you just keep growing that. And eventually all the don't wants and all the wants will fall away, and it will just be what you are creating.
Hmm.
And I believe that when we have that sense of empowered action, where we have a sense of fullness, a sense of being present, a sense of happiness, a sense of childlike wonder, curiosity, then we're in a space of learning. And when we're in a space of learning, we're in a space of creativity. Because honest to goodness, the way the world is now and what I know from my experiences in the world, we have a very rudimentary idea of how things work in nature. I don't think we understand biology much at all. I mean, even, and this might show my age, but even when I was a young child, I knew that there was a protist kingdom. And the protist kingdom didn't even come about in medicine until the germ theory in hospitals was made prevalent. Protist kingdom wasn't even something that human beings even knew anything about until the microscope looked at a drop of water and went, wait a minute. I'm seeing all sorts of things swimming around in this drop of water. What's all that life? The protist kingdom is all the bacteria and the tiny, tiny, tiny single cell amoebas that we can't see with our eyes. We haven't known about these things for very long. How long have we had electricity? I think that's one of the things this very special guest who's here today has talked about. We haven't had electricity that long, that invisible rainbow that generates energy,
No.
light, sound, and color generating energy. There's so much to learn. And as we approach it from this place of an open heart and curious wonder, wow, what can we create? And we only have 12 minutes left. So sorry, Derek, you're not going to be able to talk today because I want to bring Zolt on. I want to bring Zolt on. So basically, Derek is telling us build the ark, use AI, use all the tools we have, use everything that you know and everything you don't know. And from this place of open hearted, curious wonder, create differently, live
Yeah.
differently, and let's make peace on earth, goodwill to all men.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it starts with having the peace within self first, you know. I think that's the main thing that the message uh, resonates. If it resonates, then you're on your way. And like Derek says, you come in with it. It's all within you. There's nothing out there. There's nowhere to get to. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing to achieve. It's all within you. And I've heard it said many times from different people that the universe doesn't give you what you want, it gives you who you are. So it's a state of resonance, so it's whatever the feeling tone, which Derek mentions a lot, what you're feeling and vibrating inside you, because life is a mirror. Consciousness creates the material world. So it's an effect of consciousness, right? So with that, everything is a mirror, and you come across yourself based on what you're embodying and what you're feeling, sensing, deeply. You can put on the masks, you can pretend, you can, all of those things you mentioned before, but your subconscious mind holds that innate feeling. And sometimes we don't even know it. That's the difficult part. That's the challenge. So knowing thyself, and I always go back to that because that's the most important thing, where you're coming from, and then aligning to that. And then once you break away all of those layers to get to who you are, then you can start creating, then you can start being. That's been my experience. I feel like up until that point, it was just based on instinct. It was just based on go, go, go. It was based on, outer achievements, things on the outside. And it's like the whole time I didn't realize that, the kingdom is within, as is mentioned in scripture and in so many other books, besides the Bible. But that's what the Christ is. It's the living, sentient, organic, human technology. And if we don't have
Okay,
that
hold
first
on. I gotta
principle,
just pause you there because I want everybody to hear what you just said. That's what the Christ is, the human living technology.
the Christed light, the human, organic, living, breathing, sentient, yeah, that's what it is.
Let's just take a breath there. And so when we meet each other, like that's a way of greeting, isn't it? Like that's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's the
Thank you for
reflection. It's the
thank you for
reflection.
bringing that in. Thank you for bringing that in because it's really quite simple, isn't it?
Yeah, and what I've come to realize, especially more and more lately since I've taken the impact course with Derek, is that everything is connected. And it not just a nice thing to say, but like I see how it's connected and the root is within. And then you see like how one thing leads to another. But even out there, even like you mentioned, the communities and transportation and education, and how people are living, sometimes like in many places, like I feel like on this planet, like at least 50% of the population don't have electricity, running water, heating, they don't have the basic necessities that we take for granted here in the West, and that's not the way to move forward. So if everything is connected, why is everything so fragmented, compartmented? Why is that?
Right. Why is there so much separation?
Right, because we've been living throughout this centuries in the wrong mindset because of education, because of ignorance. Or lack of education, I should say. Lack of education, lack of knowledge, lack of knowing thyself, always placing the attention outside instead of within, and then having the oppression come at you and constantly not allow you to go within, you know.
Mm.
I
Mm.
think that's the main cause, but
Yeah,
but here
so
we are.
yeah. And like how do you keep your heart open? Really, you just keep focus on that love that that you feel when you see a butterfly dance in the air
Yes.
or right? Or when you see your child,
Yeah.
like your heart just bursts open, right? When you remember love.
Yeah.
That's one of the things in this book. Love is everything. When we bring love into our work, this is on page 150. When we bring love into our work, our relationships and our creativity, everything changes. Even the most boring tasks feel more meaningful, and even the most daunting ones feel achievable. Love isn't just stronger than fear or control. It works differently.
Because it's who we are. It's who we really are, and
It's
everything
who
else
we
is a
really are.
distortion
Okay.
of it, you know?
So I really want to share your work, Zolt. So
Oh,
Zolt Ta said he would come today to this first Monday neon, and he has created or is creating. So I'm just going to let you introduce it, and then I'd like to play this first trailer that you've made
oh,
for
I
the book
appreciate
of
it.
them,
Thank you.
if that's okay with you.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. So can you tell us um, about your work, how you are using AI and love and
Oh,
infusing it
wow.
to generate this conscious movement?
Wow. Well, I think the overall message in the trailer, because the what I've created is an epic story that I want to share with people, which goes back and remembers who we really are as a civilization, as a species, as the human technology um, on this planet specifically. And there's so many anomalies that when I looked into in my research, and relating to Nikola Tesla's technology, which is a rediscovery, but we find all of these anomalies at these ancient sites and megalithic sites on the planet, and just the way the planet works, energetically, what the well, anyway, there's so much I can go down like this huge rabbit hole, but this trailer goes back to the simple relationship of uh, a young girl who discovers a crystal, an ancient crystal that's related to the old world that has magical powers, and it's really about the remembrance of getting back to the heart of who we are and her relationship with her father. So it's about exploring the human dynamic and the source code that has always existed as consciousness on this planet. So it's kind of like exploring that
Ooh.
and, and using AI, of course, to help bring
Okay,
that.
so can I go ahead and play it now?
Yes, please, please.
Do you believe in magic, Daddy?
I believe in you. I got you.
It's not a mineral. It's a power source. God help us.
Come with me, Daddy. I want to show you a secret. Aren't they just amazing?
How is this possible? How did you?
Emily!
Sam, I
I am picking up Emily's voice
Daddy?
through a frequency receiver. It's nothing like I have ever heard. She's calling out your name.
If this leaks, civilization resets. Overnight.
Get him alone. Take him out. And avoid being seen.
The ancient world is not a myth. It's a remembrance.
Wow. Wow, modern man's filmmaking has really changed from when I was a little girl. That's amazing.
Yeah, I'm amazed at how it came out. I actually did another version of it too, which I'm yet to go in and edit and
So are you
present.
the author of the story?
Yeah, I mean, I created it with a writing partner, with a screenwriting partner 10 years ago.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
So this is a work in progress.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I
Okay.
mean, Derek's when I joined Impact, I was like, I need to go back to this and start developing it and getting it made because up until then I just have for like 10 years since 2015, I just had a script, you know. So I haven't done anything with it, just talk to people about it and try to raise money and you know, produce it, but it's been so I figured this is, a good way to have a visual representation of some of the scenes and really flush it out to see what it actually looks like. So,
Wow. That's really amazing. That's really amazing. Thank you so much for letting us share it
well,
today.
thank
And
you. I appreciate you for doing that. Yeah,
you're
that's really
welcome.
great.
You're welcome. And I will put all the information on the YouTube channel so people can contact you. So you are actively now basically in your pre-production phase of this story that you wrote with a partner over 10
Yeah,
years
yeah,
ago.
yeah.
So was the technology not really available to make the movie the way you wanted to make it, or was it your own?
You mean AI
Yeah,
technology?
was the technology not
Yeah.
really
Yeah, it wasn't
available?
available as it is now. No.
Okay,
No, I mean it came out in 2023, something like that.
okay,
2022 maybe. As far as like AI, people were doing, these kinds of scenes and visuals and characters
yeah.
but now it's more sophisticated and more realistic, you know.
So, okay, so when, because our time is already up, we're kind of gone 5 minutes over, but
Yeah.
I really would like to mark this idea that we are not separate. We need to consider other people in our creations because they have a powerful impact on people we never even meet.
Mm. All right, absolutely. Nothing will get done if not for community and relationship with others and you know people's skills, talents, and contributions. Can't do it alone.
No,
So.
no, can't, no way.
Nope.
Well, I'm very excited to see what the next month brings for your pre-production and how it's going to unfold in your creation.
Yeah, thank you. Me too.
I've been working on something called the Creativity Companion with AI,
Hmm.
and I'll talk more about it to you once I'm right now just beta testing it with myself to see
Yeah.
what happens. And it's really powerful in terms of how we can what I noticed is that I was excluding myself from my creations. It was like something, okay, I'm just going to give it, but I wasn't really a part of it.
I know that's what I was doing for a long time too. I was,
Okay.
I was doing that for a long time as well. And then I realized, no, I have to put myself out there. And just in the last year, I've been doing that like
Okay.
consciously. So I know where you're at. I know what you're
Okay,
talking about.
good.
Yeah, absolutely. I can relate for sure. Yeah.
Well, there's that nothing else. So until we meet again, my friend,
Thank
um,
you, Lee.
if
Appreciate
you
you.
get the book, please get the book. And I'll put Derek's site in there so you can get the AI companions that he's created, which are really phenomenal. Actually, we've gone over time, so I don't have time. So happy creating. And as they say, remember to love unconditionally, listen deeply,
Live authentically, love unconditionally, and follow your destiny.
and follow your heart. You matter, and you're held by the balance of
Indeed.
love itself. Thank you so much, Zolt.
Thank
Thanks,
you, Lee.
everybody.
Appreciate you.
You
Thanks
too.
for doing this.